Sorry about that one.
That's a famous guy.
Hey!
What's up? How are you?
How are you guys? Let me turn up the volume so I can hear you.
We're good.
We are good, and
really
we're
good.
so excited to be talking to you guys. We were just telling everyone how much we love this show, but particularly how much we fell in love with your guys' relationship.
Aww.
And we just thought it felt so genuine and so beautiful. And Idris doesn't want to admit that he binge watched it with me.
I really did.
It's okay.
Well, I enjoyed you guys. How are you guys feeling?
We're doing good, you know. Of course, on lockdown like the rest of the world. So, you know, just trying to keep ourselves occupied and productive, but good. Bless, how are you guys feeling?
How are you guys feeling?
We're great. Actually, we feel very lucky. We you know,
very lucky. We got, you know, really mild cases and powered through somehow, you know, and so there's a lot of people who aren't as lucky. So our hearts and prayers are out to them.
I mean, I'm not here for putting out false remedies, but I drank a lot of hot water and lemon. That's what I did.
Really good.
Okay.
Like when you said a lot, like
I
was picking up mugs left, right, and center.
I was drinking a lot of hot water and lemon.
A lot of hot water.
Something about the lemons that were antibacterial for me that felt good. So
I'm the same way with like oranges and lemons. Anytime I get sick, I just binge. Yeah.
Really?
Where in the world are you guys?
We're in Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta.
Oh, you're still there? Okay, because we were like, is that real? That's real.
Yeah,
it's all real.
Okay.
Well, all of the couples were from Atlanta or lived in Atlanta, so.
Okay.
Detroit,
yeah, he's from Maine, and I'm from Detroit originally.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I feel like they didn't make that so clear, and then everyone's like, "How are they all together?" Yeah,
I know.
Do you recognize the house from the show?
Sorry.
Do you recognize the house from the show?
Same.
It's the same house.
Potentially the staircase.
Oh yeah. I recognize it from that fantastic dolphin video.
That is a hidden talent, Idris. That's like
very hidden. Very hidden.
But it was actually really good. That I thought it was a dub. I was like, no.
Imagine how I felt when I discovered I could do it. Like, oh my God, this is a gift.
How does one discover that they can sound like a dolphin? That's what I want to know.
You know, I just feel like I heard it on TV, and that part is foggy to me. I just remember discovering that I could do it, and I was like, wow,
I love
this has to be like random.
So I have a question. What is the most commonly asked question since, you know, you guys have sprung into the public eye? What is the most commonly asked?
When are we gonna have babies? That's the main one.
Oh
really?
Man, like yes.
We can relate
literally from
every day.
Press, from our supporters, from our parents, our families. Like that is everyone wants me to be pregnant.
Right.
I'm not.
How do you answer that? How do you answer that question?
Well, basically, we just say, you know, we're definitely planning on having a family soon, but you know, we're not pregnant yet. But definitely, and I definitely want to have some little miniature Cams.
Miniature Laurens, more
miniature ones, miniature Hamiltons. We get asked that quite.
We get asked. I feel you on that one. I feel you. I think you guys are enjoying yourself.
I have to throw it back to you guys. I want to know.
Right.
Like, I think we're probably in the same situation where we're enjoying our love and, you know, building our relationships and growing that out. And
CZ, what is the same? The question that we get asked the most. I think it was, how did we meet?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. I was going to ask that. I was thinking about that. Wondering.
They've turned the tables around. You see what they've done?
We did that. It was we met at Slow Jam Sundays.
No joke. It's this slow jam.
That sounds real sexy, like
super sexy. Idris in the corner with his hat, looking all cool. You
know, slow jamming it. You know what I'm saying?
Slow jamming.
Love it.
It was pretty smooth. But yeah, do you guys feel okay with the adjustment from sort of, you know, going from relatively private lives to like now very public lives?
I think so. You know, it's just the type of thing that feels natural to us, kind of surprisingly. Of course, a lot of people are keying in with their opinions on our relationship, and a lot of people think we're acting the different sides of us than what they saw on the show. But of course, what they don't realize is, you know, we evolve over time. The show can't capture every detail of our personality, we've also kind of rubbed off on each other a lot as well.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. The show actually filmed 1.5 years ago.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like when people see us and they're like, oh, you guys were so like calm and whatever on the show. It's like because we were like trying to find ourselves in a relationship. Of course, we're not going to be all, you know, whatever. Yeah. So that's definitely been interesting.
You're not even newlyweds anymore, really?
No,
technically, yeah, not really, but we're newlyweds to the public. Like this is new to our marriage, because we actually had to keep our marriage under wraps for that whole 1.5 years. Like we couldn't tell anyone that we were married. Yeah, so
I didn't even think about that part.
Yeah. So we're finally able to share that we're married. So it is kind of like being married all over again.
Yeah, and then reliving that relationship with the public as well.
Oh, yeah. Through videos and parodies and
all types of stuff.
I've seen some of them.
They're good. You're good. You guys are good together. So can I ask you, do you feel a sense of pressure within the constraints of your relationship because of the public nature of it? Do you feel any pressure? Like if you guys are at the supermarket and you fall out over who's going to pay for what or buy something, do you guys hush that down or do you feel like you can be yourselves?
You know what? It's definitely, we don't feel pressure so much in the fact that we have to change ourselves, but we're definitely certainly aware that we've become public figures, right? Even like we went to the grocery store the other day. It's like even when we go to our neighborhood grocery store now, people always say, hey, Love is Blind, Lauren and Cam. So just to the point where we're like recognizable in public. But as for like our relationship, we definitely try to stay grounded with that, right? We always have our conversations, our talks, check in with each other. How are you doing? You feeling okay? So yeah, that aspect hasn't changed, but definitely the part about just being known by everyone is definitely new for us. But
so you know, in the spirit of coupledom, because coupledom is a term that we thought best represented what we wanted to do with Sable Labs. We think when two people come together and they make their shared dreams a reality, it's such a beautiful thing, and we wanted to share what that means for different duos. So you know, for you guys, I imagine that you're both working in different fields. You had to bring your lives together. So I wonder what it was like for you to kind of have to make those adjustments to, I think, Cameron, you were a scientist? Are you a scientist?
Yeah, I mean, I still am, but I also do this.
You are a scientist? And
I still do this, yeah.
Did you find that you had to, did you find you had to make some sacrifices to be able to continue doing what you were doing to make your relationship work? And please feel free to say whatever you're going to say.
Well, yeah, that's a great question. I still do AI, still do artificial intelligence, but I think one of the things for Lauren and I is we love working together, whether it's making, you know, this YouTube content that we've been doing on our Hanging with the Hamiltons channel. We love like doing film stuff together. It's just fun for us, and we get a lot out of that creativity aspect of it. So I still work on my AI stuff. It's kind of taken a backseat because of all what's going on right now. But it's not like I'm upset about it. I have a vision of where I want to go with it, but I mean, we just really love working together and kind of see ourselves as a couple that's able to, I mean, we want to build, you know, our own, when you say coupledom, I think about like a domain, our own domain of ourselves.
We went for Elba's backwards. Maybe you can go for Hamilton backwards.
Right. I like that, Idris. I like it.
Hamilton backwards. That would be.
No.
I don't know. But you know, it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, I guess so. You know, because of everything that's going on.
Figure it out.
Because of everything that's going on, you know, we're all at home. I'm sure we're just building aspirations right now. What are one of the first things you want to do as a couple as soon as, you know, things kind of go back to a normal?
Well, I love to eat. Okay, as everyone knows. It was like, dang, Lauren is greedy. So I cannot wait, okay, to get back to the restaurants. I need a dinner date set, okay? Drinks.
Right.
And like usually I'm a hermit, okay? I stay in the house. Like I'm such a homebody, and I have never been so ready in my life to be social and go out and
see some friends.
Be with friends, like my goodness. But we definitely want to have like a sexy dinner date, drinks.
Right.
Yeah. So
friends later, and then
right, sexy date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, like when you guys have dinner, what's that like? Like who cooks? Who like how does that work out?
I do most of the cooking, really.
He's a cook, yeah, and he's an excellent cook too. Everything from scratch.
Right. Yeah, that's, my mom thought it was important. My sister and I learned how to cook in the event that our significant other wasn't as big, but it was just a big part.
Wait a minute.
No, I'm not saying that.
Was that shade?
Let's set the record straight.
That's real.
No, that wasn't shade.
Shade by the Hamiltons. Wow.
No. She can cook too. I love a lot of the food that she makes. All the food that she makes. Digging a hole. Let's keep going. So,
Who's the cook out of you two? I'm just curious.
Dad cooks the most. I can cook. I tend, if I'm really honest, I like to cook by myself because when I cook with Sab, it's kind of like, yeah, but you should do it like this. Maybe you should do
I'm
that.
the same way, yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Right now, she cooks, but she's been baking a lot of baking.
What have y'all been making?
Oh my gosh, I made everything from like chocolate cakes to egg tarts yesterday to like anything that we're craving.
Rice Krispie treats.
Like banana bread tonight. But
all the desserts.
Oh, banana bread.
Yeah. Banana bread is so easy too. Banana bread is a really good one. But I think, being in this time together kind of allows you to explore more about each other than, I mean, I know you guys have already been together. You've been together longer than we have, actually.
Oh, wow.
Married longer than we have.
Yeah. Oh, married longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
But y'all were dating earlier.
Yeah. We've been together almost 5 years, but we're just coming to our 1 year anniversary.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
But yay!
I'm sorry.
Awesome.
This is the guy I married. But we want to know. So now that we're exploring all of these different things about ourselves, what do you think makes you guys really work as a team? Well, maybe it comes to cooking or other things. Or
Ooh, a lot of different things.
Yeah. One thing I would definitely say that we definitely help to push each other and support each other. Like say, I mean, outside of cooking, just generally in life, right? Where one of us lacks, the other one picks up the slacker. Even like when one of us is down or needs encouragement, I also think that we also hold each other accountable a lot, like with our goals, because we have similar goals, right? We do own multiple businesses. Investing and all that type of stuff, even fitness goals. Like Cameron's really heavy into fitness. I'm trying to get there. Okay, I'm a snack queen, so that's a struggle. But he holds me accountable. Right? We can relate. But he tries to hold me accountable for that, and not in a way where it's like making me feel bad about myself, but just because he knows like the potential that we have, that I can reach, and the same with him. So we try to encourage each other and always support and push each other. So that's super helpful.
And we have to walk this fine line sometimes between like, we don't want to compete with each other because we both have that sort of type A personality, strong personality. So when we see the other one is, really excelling, it like Lauren said, it kind of boosts us up to want to do that as well.
Motivation.
Can we deep dive a little bit into just the language around holding your partner accountable? And I think this again, part of the core of what we're trying to do with coupledom is get the language between partners better. And when you say accountable, it's almost like I hear, you said you was gonna do it, but you ain't did it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I would love to understand, like, how does that actually manifest into a real sort of tangible conversation moment? How do you do that?
Yeah, well, like, even when it comes to, like, say the fitness stuff, right? And I'm always like, I want to do this and do that. And Cam won't be like, well, you ate those 6 packs of donuts. It's not like that. But he'll be like,
that's what I would say.
You said, right? But no, seriously, because communication is everything, right?
Yeah.
He'll be like, hey, Lauren, you said that you wanted this to be your goal. Don't forget, you said this. It's more so him reminding me of what I said I wanted to do.
Some of it's implicit as well,
right?
Like a lead by example sort of scenario where one of us is doing something like cleaning up the house, and just by the way that we are, it prompts us to want to pitch in. If I see her working on something, I'm like, you know, I really got to pick up my end and work on something too.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, I think we sort of go through waves of discovering what that language is. You know, I'm ridiculously ambitious, and so and you know, just because I've been doing what I do for a long time in entertainment, sometimes, you know, my moments where I'm feeling down or I need motivation, Sab might pick up, but it's such in a different way. It's like she'll be more sort of like, she just reminds me to enjoy myself a lot more. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like, it really, like, she really needles into that. She doesn't say, oh, you said you were going to do this month, you ain't done it. She'll just be like, you know, put yourself in and make yourself happy. Do what makes yourself happy, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Communication is so important, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want to know what it was, because, you know, I feel like when we met, we can't even really pinpoint it, but there was something that you just knew that was your person. Can you guys pinpoint what that was for each other? What, like, how did you know Lauren is my person? Cameron?
Yeah, I think the start of that for us was we had this initial conversation about family. You saw a bit of that on the show, but we was talking about family, and we both expressed, you know, family being the top priority for us. Even though we both have our own ambitions, we both are kind of entrepreneurial, family first, and that's really the motivation for why we do the things that we do. And we cried about our love for our family.
We cried, y'all.
Yeah, on like
we saw that.
We saw that. You guys are
Second
emotional. I love that.
It was.
Man.
It felt real, though. It really felt real.
Yeah, it was real. It was very real,
Because I feel like that translated so well through the screen, and I think I fell in love with you both at that time. So I was like, oh my God, like, I think I cried. Did I cry? I think I did. I probably cried. I cry a lot.
Yeah.
I was there with you.
Wow,
I mean,
it
was such, like, for me, it was the same moment when I knew Cameron, like, oh, this is different. Because first, I'm not the type of person that really shows emotion like that. Like, I'm the friend that everyone comes and talks to me and tells me their problems, and I help them sort things. So for me to be able to feel free and comfortable and not only show it, but share it with someone, and we're both crying about something that we're super passionate about, for me, that was just like a, oh my God moment. Like, this is different. This is special. So yeah, that's what I knew right there in that moment.
I think for us, it was laughter, no?
It probably, I think, you know, the first night we met, we laughed all night.
A lot.
Yeah.
And it was the kind of laughter that, you know, we're both silly, but it was almost like, you know, just laughing at life and not taking stuff too overly serious. I can be super serious, you know, and but with Sab, I think part of laughter is really part of our language, where if I know that, like, we've had moments where things are just not good, and then we look at each other and just burst into laughter. And it's like a release, you know?
It really is.
I think that's a great point.
That's everything.
Because we have some tense, you know, conversations, but I think the difference, for me at least, is with Lauren, I know that we can reach that laughter point, like you said, where we realize you can't sweat the small stuff, really, and being able to let go of stuff that's minor in the grand scheme.
Especially those good soul laughs, you know, just make your stomach hurt. Like, so those are great.
We should take some questions.
Yeah, I was just same wavelength.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is it all right if we let the fans ask some questions?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, right, because we know you guys got a lot of fans up in here right now.
Team
Oh, just side note, someone says Brazil loves you guys.
Brazil, they always show us so much love. I see all the flags.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah. Falo, Portuguese.
Can you guys see the question? But it says, when is the Hamilton's anniversary?
Yes. So our anniversary is actually on my birthday, because we got married on my birthday, which is crazy. Yep. So November 16th.
Yeah, that's
November
amazing.
16th. Cameron, you are going to be broke November 16th for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And that's just before Christmas.
What? And Thanksgiving.
Oh,
both of our
way to just dip
both
that.
of our
Like,
dads' birthdays are in November too.
Yeah, that's a
We
great.
don't see Cameron in October. We know he's working.
I'm working like Santa.
No, I think, you know, Cameron, actually, you're lucky, because Lauren will always be in a good mood on your anniversary because it's her birthday.
That's true. That's true.
This is true.
Yeah, but the bar is set so high too. That
It is, man.
like,
You mess up.
Like,
you mess up. You mess up 2 days in one go.
Oh.
So try to be positive.
right.
So, does Cameron use your brush?
Oh my God,
Like a
toothbrush.
inside joke.
What is this?
Oh, the toothbrush.
The toothbrush.
Yeah.
I never realized people would be so into
Better
that.
not be using my damn toothbrush.
She's never known about it, at least.
What?
Oh.
Kidding. I'm kidding. I would never do that. I've never done it.
Yes, you would.
No.
Like, I'm like, you said that.
Yeah, that's
I'm
because
thirsty
this
in the
one.
All the time. All the
Oh,
time.
really?
You use
Look,
a toothbrush?
no, Lauren,
All the
I feel
time.
the same way. I'll be
Oh.
like, did you use my toothbrush? But he's got no issue with it. It's like, it's
What?
so.
You know. You know.
Bingo.
It's a whole can of worms.
I've got a question.
I would say in an emergency only, like out camping in the woods or something like that.
That's
You better
fair.
use that finger.
That's kind of
doesn't-
fair, right?
that doesn't
I
work.
wouldn't ask.
We have a lot of baby questions, just so you guys.
What did I tell y'all? I told you.
So, who is the most romantic?
I think that Cameron's looking at me like, Cameron is honestly, he's very romantic. I'm kind of romantic too, though, right?
You can be romantic.
Okay, he said I can be. So I'm just gonna go ahead
Listen,
and say Cameron.
if you ask the same question to us, Sabrina would be like,
Yeah,
you
because
can
it's
be
me.
romantic.
I'm the romantic one for us.
You're the romantic one.
Yeah,
What's
so we're
the-
the opposites.
Can you share the last kind of romantic gesture that you remember? I mean, unless
you
it's
know
too.
what? The last one was from Idris.
personal.
That's not fair. He made me breakfast in bed recently when I was feeling down.
Oh,
I was
that's
like, that's so
nice and
cute.
thoughtful.
That was soft.
That's
That was
sweet.
romantic.
I only did that because
Yeah.
I could cook in the kitchen by myself. She was still in bed.
See?
Bingo.
And I've been feeling like really homesick lately because, you know, we can't travel. I miss my family. So Cam actually surprised me like 2 days ago with one of those homesick candles from Michigan. So it's supposed to smell like the state. So I was like,
Oh,
that's
wow.
so sweet. I actually
That
cried.
is so sweet.
Yeah, I cried.
So-
I was like,
Well
oh my
done,
God,
Cameron.
That's brilliant. Okay.
Right? I was like,
Step
where
up
did this
your
come from?
game. Look at
Okay.
Cameron.
Thanks, Cameron.
I,
You can send me the link to
the
the
candles, and that came up. You know.
the candles. I love it.
I just think that is so beautiful. Okay,
So sweet.
let me ask you guys another question. All right. Thank you for all the questions, guys, by the way.
Cameron seems
Oh.
calm all the time. I love that. Let's ask that question. Is that real, Cameron?
That's not real. I mean, I am calm. It's not. It's. I'm pretty calm, but I can get, turned up.
Yeah.
It just depends on what the scenario is.
But you know what?
What's
That
turned up, babe? How do you get turned up?
You've seen me turned up before. If I get aggravated about something,
Oh, he gets aggravated like with the dog and stuff.
the dog, yeah, he can drive me
But
insane.
he's the calm one. Like he keeps me calm, the yin and yang, because I'm so like bubbly and he keeps me grounded.
But
so.
Lauren's calm too, more than you get to see.
Right.
She's usually like a little worker bee in
I am for
her
sure the worker
lab,
bee.
typing
Yeah.
away on her videos or whatever it is. So
Yeah.
I think that when we saw the show and they would have those moments where you were both back with the guys or the girls,
Mhm.
you both were calm and
Yeah.
you you weren't really swayed by anyone's opinions.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought that's why I thought you guys were a good couple, because you just seemed so
thanks.
grounded within yourselves.
Yeah. And stay true to yourselves the whole time. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was extremely important to us. Like we really just wanted to focus on us. Like we didn't want, aside from it being a TV show, okay, it's like everyone knows that, but like we wanted to focus on us and building our relationship and like, okay, so when all these cameras go away and this is over, like I want to be me, you be you, let's, because
Love
that's
that.
what we're going to be with.
Yeah.
We don't need to be a character or have all these
Right.
people in our business because we're married for real, legally, on
Yeah.
paper.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that was important for both of us to really be in that and be present.
Yeah, it's not in my nature to be like larger than life. And I think for some of the guys, that's just their personality, the way we saw them. But I thought I have to be myself, and I couldn't really be that larger than life side if I was going to have a relationship for real.
Yeah, you definitely have to stay true to yourself. Do we have time for 2 more questions?
Yeah. We're here for y'all, Elba.
I love it. I've got a question. Can I ask one real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go for
it. Cameron, I heard you be spitting some bars.
Oh!
True.
So, you know, not to put you on the spot, but talk to me about like your relationship with hip hop, and will you spit some bars now? I mean,
oh my goodness. Well, yeah. I mean, for me, I just have always loved hip hop. I don't know. You know, I think probably just watching MTV as a child, rushing home to watch Ludacris videos on MTV, Fat Joe and stuff. And so I just loved hip hop. And in college, like I said on the show, I was in a hip hop group with some friends. My friend was like my producer.
Word.
And it was just fun for me.
What was the group called?
It was called First Class.
Hey.
Music videos and everything.
You got music videos?
I do. I took them off YouTube. I mean, and you know, I mean, the language is kind of explicit too. So I was like,
okay.
All right. You know what? I think if Idris is gonna call you out on a freestyle, then you guys have to do a freestyle challenge.
I was gonna say that, Sabrina.
No.
Freestyle challenge.
No, he wasn't.
Wait, are you?
No,
do you
yes.
do hip hop as well?
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah. So Idris is
All right, cool, man.
super into
All right,
it.
let's go.
You guys,
DJs,
maybe do
everything.
5 for
Yeah.
5.
All right, as long as you guys have to beatbox.
Oh my
for us.
God. Okay.
Oh.
I suck at beatboxing, Lauren. So,
Okay.
Lauren's got the dolphin sound, so that's good.
That's gonna be the background music.
Okay, what if we just do like a simple boom, boom, da-dum, dum,
All right, Cameron, you go first.
dun, 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 dun,
Okay.
dun, dun,
Uh-oh.
dun, dun.
Eyebrow. Wait,
All right.
can we just pause?
Yeah.
Your game face is like this.
That's how you do it.
I'm concentrating.
I don't want
right
to
now.
play. He's going to kill me live on Instagram. His game face is too much.
We won't. No one will see this, so it's good.
Everyone.
Okay.
All
right,
right,
the beat was
I'll
good,
just
though.
do it. I'll
Okay?
just do it a
Okay.
cappella though,
Oh, okay.
if you don't mind.
I get it.
Although I loved your beatboxing. So
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
Good.
All right, here we
Decent.
go. They saying hip hop's dead, well they are liars. What I'm kicking's newborn fresh and they are briars. That means they has-beens, wannabes, and past tense. Anyone who doubted me, you should know we're past friends. And I don't know where our path ends, but First Class is currently on the ass end, looking like we gone flip the game on its ass end. So deathly ill, man, we posted up in mass gen, but I am Maine, born and raised, for which I've been scorned and praised. So when I'm kicking them bars for days, I hope you stay amazed. Despite what the critics say, I'm here to start a craze, and my fans never stray, cause I'll end opponents with a fatality. And my dreams are tangled up in my reality, with my aspirations wider than my salary. You wanted inspiration, here comes the cavalry.
Hey! Wow.
That's my husband.
Wow. I mean, wait, a freestyle is make it up on the spot. That was
Oh
good.
yeah, totally off the top.
Oh no. I'm just not gonna go out like that in my red hat, sitting with Sabrina, pictures in the back, the staircase in the back, and everything's fat. My t-shirt is white, and that's all of that. There you go.
All right.
I can't compete.
Oh,
Cameron, that was actually really good.
That's good.
Oh,
That's
thank
That
great.
you.
was like, I think you know you're pretty good.
I'm alright.
I'm impressed.
I'm
like,
impressed. There's some bars in there, bro.
Bars.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Right. He was co-signed by Sway when we went on Sway in the morning, and they made him rap.
Right.
So we were like, oh, snap.
Which I wasn't expecting. I don't know like how I didn't make that connection, but
No way. You did like the 5 fingers of whatever on Sway?
I didn't do that
freestyle
one, but
thing?
I did. What beat was it?
Um,
I can't remember the beat.
but just the fact that he was rapping on Sway in the morning is just like, what?
That's big.
Huge.
And
Yeah.
Sway, you know, he
Yeah.
don't suffer fools.
No, he'll tell you.
Right.
tell you.
Yeah.
He will tell you.
I'm genuinely
Yeah.
impressed. Listen, like you, Cameron, I have a history of hip hop from I was 14, and I was in a group as well. And my group was
Awesome.
called Ultra Demus.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That sounds intense.
Are there any YouTube videos?
No, YouTube did not exist back. I'm old, but yeah, no, that sort of love for hip hop is definitely in the blood. So like, I could relate to you. There was that funny video on your YouTube where Lauren's throwing you shade from the back where you're spitting bars. That's hilarious.
That
was
funny.
My face from like being stuck inside and just him, because Cameron actually likes to rap randomly all the time.
Right.
Like in real life, that was a parody. But
she doesn't appreciate it as much, so.
I just feel like over time, after being stuck in a place, it's just like, if he raps one more time. So that's what the shade face was.
That's good.
Oh my gosh, man, we love you guys so much. I hope the next time we're in Atlanta, we can actually see you, maybe take you guys to dinner.
Yeah.
Are you guys
in
LA?
No, we're in New Mexico.
We're in, we're stranded here for a bit, but we're trying to go home to London. We're sort of in this moment of trying to figure that out.
But we're in Atlanta a lot, so.
Okay, definitely. We need to have a double date married night.
Let's do it.
That would be awesome.
Let's do it. Before you guys go, look, just in the spirit of coupledom, and this could be for partners across the spectrum, so not just romantic, but what would be just a single sort of advice about how to keep going, maybe some words of inspiration during this crazy time for everyone that's stuck at home. What would you say?
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow. Well, the cliche is communication, right? Obviously that's important, but to dig more into that, I think one of the things for us that's really important is like when something's bothering us, we don't let it go for the other person until they like open up. It's easy to let things fester, and it's easy to, when someone doesn't want to really talk about it, just let them not talk about it. So we kind of both, not force isn't the right word, but encourage to actually talk about what's going on.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That is so important.
Yeah. For me, I would just tell everyone, there's always a silver lining in the storm. Even, being stuck at home. I know there's a lot of couples and even a lot of single people that are probably at their wits' end for a lot. I just wish everybody health, peace, and